Hi everyone, just a quick review on the AEG 18 volt hand planer. This is the brushless model. I've used this one for a few months now, and this one is definitely better option than the previous model. So the previous model, the base was I don't think it was aluminium. It was half aluminium, half was type of steel, which it wasn't that precise. So this one is the upgraded version. Also, this one has a vents that they can switch of a button. They can change from one side to the other. See on the inside, when you click it, it changes. It just changes the angle of how all the dust is gonna come out, which is pretty good. I'm surprised some other brands don't have that at the particular models. I'm using on-site friend of mine's DeWalt as well. It's only going on one side, so it's pretty not good. I mean, all the latest models should have blowing both sides anyway, so this one does it, which is good. This one is pretty good, pretty easy. It's only a little bit misleading with the dials, so when you see the dials, like the point is right here, and it's a little bit misleading. You would expect the point to be at the front, should be much easier, but to the back. But once you get used to it, you don't worry about it. Now there's another thing. It's got this white part on the dial, which again is a little bit misleading, because you usually look at that and look at the front, but that's actually refers how deep you're gonna go when you run something on the groove in the rebate. So it's not exactly accurate, but I found out that that's what it refers to. Overall, the planer is pretty good and performs really well. Cuts really nice. Obviously, a sharper blade cuts better. If you use it for too much and you get a bit of a blunt, it still actually does work quite well. Now this one has got the battery which hooks from the top, which is much better. The older version, the battery was sliding in. You actually could not extend the size of the battery. Like, I think max you could use like 5 or 6 amps. This one slides down, so you can use 9 amp, which is much more power, much easier to use. I make it a little bit heavier, but I mean the grunt that it does, 9 amps, I think is perfect for it. But I can also do it with the 6. Everything under that 5, it becomes a bit weak. I actually haven't used it with 5. I never use it with 5. My go-to battery is now 6 amp and above. 6 amp for everything and 9 amp for skillet and planer. So it's pretty well built. It's not very heavy. It's pretty flexible and it's got its weight and it's got its power, but it's not someone that you would think it's poorly built. So that's kind of a quick review on it. Also, I've noticed, yes, it does clog now and then. The problem with the clogging, it's always if the wood that you plane, it's a little bit moist, so it's a little bit wet, it starts to get clogged. But I am also using another one on site, which is a DeWalt. Clogs way more. This one gives the option with the both sides, so you can flick. So this one was cutting better. Now I'll wait to see when the blade actually gets quite blunt, and then I want to see with the blunt blade how's the blowing all the dust are gonna go. Now because as a type of a plastic, a little bit of a negative is when you plane something like MDF, which is much finer dust, you notice that the static holds a little bit of dust here and there. I mean, it's not a biggie. I have a blower which I blow the tool before I put him back in my car, so it's not something that it is. It's just noticeable. Some other brands, some more expensive brands, use a they use materials that do not get the static and hold the dust. I'm talking particularly about the Festool, but they are way more expensive comparison. So pretty good tool that you can you know, thresh on site, does the job perfectly. It's got a really nice adjustment. Also, it's quite good that you can actually cut a little bit in depth. So some of the other brands don't give you as much as depth. This one I think gives about probably, I don't know, about 4-5 mil here. I don't know if you can see it quite well. Probably at this point. So from here to here, you can rebate into something which is really good. Not just flat, because sometimes you have to run a groove next to something, leave one side thicker, the other side thinner, and this one will do it. It's actually so far so good. What I've used it, if I have to rate it, I'll definitely say as a good tool worth the dollar. It's currently about $250 New Zealand dollars. In here, 350, sorry, is a brand new. 250 you can find it brand new again, but away from the main retailers. But yeah, it does pretty well for what it is. I was kind of doubtful a bit when I first was going to buy it. Now I do not regret it at all. The only thing I was thinking, maybe if they make the dial slightly lower, but it's not intrusive or anything. When it's slightly lower, makes the whole unit more compact, and you know, when you put it in the box with some other tools only around, the less the things are, the better. You can stick up more things in more tidier place. So that's kind of the review which I want to put on it. If I have to rate it 10 out of 10, I can honestly say I can give it a good, I mean, what else you can give for something that is 10, but I can definitely give it 8, even close to 9. Just the blowing part was the one, you know, you would expect to be perfect, but don't expect to be perfect, as different temperatures have different structure, different moisture in them, so it's expected to have now and then a little bit of a clogging. So that's my review. I hope you guys like it. If you want to check out some of the reviews for some of the tools, which I'm going to do shortly, because I've been pretty busy and sometimes not enough time to review them, but I'll try to do that for all of them in the next couple of days. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye.